Hi there, I'm Becky Hammond and welcome to Isogo TV, where we are using our StrengthsFinder top 5 results to fuel the connection in our marriages that we crave, the grace in our parenting that we need, and the energy in our work that really flows from a happy and healthy home. You have joined us here for episode 52. We are in our second to last part of this 8-part series on balance and rhythm in our lives. Getting control of everything that's happening around us and creating a rhythm that really makes sense to us. And we are using our strengths, our lens of strengths to help us get there. Throughout this series, I have been referencing a free PDF download. That's our balance checklist and tips. So if you haven't already gotten that for yourself, head over to isogostrong.com/ITV balance to get your copy. In the meantime, let's waste no more time and let's dive into episode 52. Today, we dive into the nitty-gritty of change together as we seek life rhythm that allows us to be fully present at work and at home. We've walked through several aspects together over the past 7 episodes, setting up a vision for what an ideal rhythm looks like for us in episode 47, identifying what is off in your life in episode 48, setting priorities by your energy in episode 49, saying no and a bigger yes in episode 50, and involving a partner or community in episode 51. So today is about commitment. Maybe you have followed along and you've really taken some time to go through the activities and the questions that I've shared so far. If so, you're a star and likely you're ahead of most of us. Or maybe, most likely, you've listened to the episode, you've caught a thing or two, and then gone on to manage the whirlwind of your daily life. And I've certainly been there, even recently after setting up my schedule for the next couple months that I know will result in peaceful present rhythm that I'm going for. I've managed to get distracted and off track more times than I would really like to admit. It's like the bling of my email or the buzz of my phone somehow just lures me like a bug to light or something. Anyway, today we change that. Today we choose one aspect of our lives, of our whirlwind, and we make the change. We assess where it impacts our natural wiring and our strengths the most, and we go for it. One thing. One thing seems doable, right? In the big picture, that one thing is about change. And do you know that there is actually a psychology of change? The overarching principles are often quite intuitive and but also very important to swallow. The first is that change is hard. Have you experienced that? Changing anything significant in our lives is just pretty dang hard. And the second is that baby steps are best. The small incremental changes that when added together make a huge shift or a huge change. And my most successful change in rhythm ever to this point started with one small change that set my strengths at ease in a major way. So for me, it was a mindset shift about exercise and working out. So let's take this example and walk through some of our process from the past several episodes in this balance series. And as a side note, if you haven't downloaded your free balance checklist and tips resource yet, this would be a good time to do that. You can do that over at isogostrong.com/ITV balance. As I give my own example here, you'll see me walk through each one of the elements of this checklist. So the first element is to set a vision. I had assessed that my ideal vision would be getting in a workout every day. And from that, I realized that I got all emotionally and psychologically out of whack when that didn't happen. And that's what felt off for me. And that was our second little stage here. What is off? But when I step back to assess my energy, assess our energy is our next little element here. In all the different parts of my life, I realized that I had conflicting priorities of spending more time with my kids and husband on one side and getting that workout in every day on the other side. And that's why it wasn't happening, but it was driving me crazy. So I had to take a big gulp and I had to say no. And that was our most crucial element that we talked about a couple weeks ago. I had to say no to something good, something that I loved and that my achiever, my StrengthsFinder Strength Achiever really craved, that everyday workout, so that I could have enough room in my jar to say yes to something that my achiever could at least get on board with, and that my belief and my connectedness were really singing for. Time with my kids that was focused on them and not on me. And then I involved community. I included others to try to really be able to make this rhythm happen. And it was kind of in a tacit way in some ways. I found a friend who had a similar mindset and we gelled instantly. And we kept each other accountable to getting to the gym with our kids. Not every day, but rather in a rhythm that gave us time for our fitness and our families in a healthy balance. And to this day, it's been a sustainable, healthy rhythm that I've gotten used to and really have grown to love. And it started with that one small change. It was a mental shift that everyday workouts were not really a sustainable thing in my life after kids came into the world. And until I figured this out and actually was bold enough to make the change, I was miserable. My achiever strength was just dying when I didn't get to it for the day. And then when I did figure it out and was bold enough to really do something about it, I felt so much more thriving in mental space and peace that entered in. And I got much closer to my ideal rhythm and my sense of balance for our family. So this week, your balance challenge is about that one thing. What is it for you? What is that one change? Even if it's small, what's that one baby step of change that you can make that will make an impact on your rhythm this week? And remember, you have to really remember that the crux of this is not about the 14 changes you want to make. There are many changes that I would like to make, but it's the one thing that will make a difference, even the small one, in your whirlwind of daily life. And ultimately, this will be what affects your dream work-family rhythm that you need. Thank you for taking the time to choose to connect with Isogo TV today and your top 5 strengths and what they mean in the rhythm of your life. If you have learned something over this balance series or in this episode today, I would love for you to share with me. And actually the rest of the community over at our Facebook group would really benefit as well. So head over to our Facebook group, or you can chime in over at Instagram at Isogo Strong. Also, I would love for you to help us get this word about living a life through the lens of strengths out to the rest of the world. You can do that in your own circles in 2 easy ways. One is by sharing over at Facebook or by rating your review over at iTunes. So I look forward to seeing you next week for our very last episode in this balance series here on Isogo TV.